You've told me I'm naive, I'm a commentator, I'm on a Hugh Grant moment. All that's propaganda nonsense.
No, Rory, don't insult me.
This is what the national interest is about here. Let's be blunt, right? The UK is not protecting its citizens by getting involved in this war. The UK is endangering its citizens by getting involved in its war. You've got this extraordinary move from Starmer. He took a risky decision on Saturday to step against Trump and say he thinks this war is illegal and reckless. And then on Sunday, his position shifts slightly and he says actually UK bases can be used for whatever reason, right?
What he said was, when he said we will give the Americans permission to use two bases, Fairford and Diego Garcia, it was in relation to defensive operations. So when you said you can use them for whatever you like, but that's not what was agreed.
If you start getting involved in this war, you become a legitimate target for Iran and Iranian terrorist attacks against Britain. You start saying, we're going to be part of this war, even if it's only for defensive operations from two bases, you've blurred that line suddenly. Suddenly, Britain's security is now more at risk.
I actually do think there is a logic to what he did. And actually, if you think about the history of US-UK relations, I thought he was very clear. The UK will not take part in military action that it does not believe to have a legal basis.
You can say this is a really evil, horrendous Iranian regime, and you can also say this is an illegal, reckless war that we want to have nothing to do with. So that's the correct position, I think, right? You don't want to be making an enemy of the US, and you don't want to be making an enemy of Iran, because Iran can cause chaos in the British streets. It's a very difficult call.
Yeah.
But what I fear he's done is he's managed to piss off both of them. I don't think we've won any credit from the US for doing that.
Yeah, but it's not about winning credit. I don't see that it's about winning credit.
Well, no, because this is what the national interest is about here. Let's be blunt, right?
Right.
The UK is not protecting its citizens by getting involved in this war. The UK is endangering its citizens by getting involved in its war. In what way are we making the United Kingdom safer by making ourselves part of a coalition against Iran?
When you have upwards of more than 250,000 people, Brits, in that region, you are going to have to deploy some British assets to be part of an operation to take out the potential threat against them. And that's what they're doing.
Well, sorry, I don't even understand this. What are you saying? Have we joined it or not? Are we fighting or aren't we? What are we doing?
Rory, I think you're being ridiculous on this. I think you're so determined basically to say that the position that you hold, which is we should have nothing to do with this, is so right that anybody who disagrees...
It's the Spanish position. It's the correct position, yeah.
It's your view that it's correct, okay? You're not the Prime Minister, you're not the Cabinet having to sit there thinking, okay, 14 countries where they're whacking off missiles. Britain cannot just sort of sit that out. It's doing so from a defensive perspective. They are riding quite a few horses at the same time. And the clarity that you're calling for, I think, is totally naive.
I don't think any of these things are black and white. We're just being asked to use our judgment.
You're saying there's one decision.
But you're defending him. You're defending him very strongly here, Alastair. You're not saying it's a difficut decision.
I am saying it's a
might not have
difficult
made it. You're giving us the talking points, essentially, for the Cabinet. That's their view, right?
No, I'm not. I don't. No, Rory, don't insult me.
Listen for a second. You've told me I'm naive, I'm a commentator, I'm on a Hugh Grant moment. All that's propaganda nonsense, right? You're characterizing me in the most negative possible light.
I guess the reason I'm not doing the talking points, I'm defending him because I think he's in a really, really, really tough spot. And I think you're being very, very unfair in saying that he got it right day one, got it totally wrong, and he's ended up in the worst of all worlds.